Hello guys, Ghost here, and today we're taking a look at what is hopefully the start of the Teamplay Initiative. Now, as you already know, there's been plenty of vehicle balancing, infantry balancing, and new content for the game on the CTE. But the actual core of the game, or the teamplay part of the game, has remained relatively unchanged. This was lightly touched on by DICE many months ago, and we learned that they did plan to incentivize players to start playing the objective more, but then nothing really happened. Until now, that is. And what they've done is started by tweaking the score system and increasing the amount of points you get for completing objective-specific goals. So for example, capturing a flag will net you 400 points now, instead of just 150. Destroying or disarming an MCOM in Rush will give you 500 points, up from 400, and picking up the bomb in Obliteration gives you 150 instead of just 100. Additionally, winning a game of Conquest, Rush or Obliteration will now give you 3000 points instead of 1500. Now of course these volumes aren't final, and some of them may be a little too generous or others not enough, but either way I think it's a step in the right direction. I'm sure we're all familiar with players who just sit back sniping from their deployment, care more about their KD than winning the game, or simply spend the majority of their time sort of dicking around and not playing the objective. As a jet pilot, I'm often accused of caring more about KD and not helping out the team. But whenever possible, I try to take out targets and clear flags of enemies that my team are making an effort to take. However, all too often, I spot a bunch of players sat on a hilltop or pylon when they should be making a push for the flag below them. Or our ground team overall just isn't doing what they need to do to secure the flags and win us the game. And you guys will see examples of this time and time again in my Jet Domination series. So hopefully these changes will give those players a big push to actually play objectively. Now on the other hand, I hope this won't be the end of the Teamplay Initiative, if that's what you want to call it. I know there's another YouTuber by the name of Luton, some of you might be familiar with him, and he puts a lot of emphasis on teamplay in his videos, and as a Battlefield player, having played many titles throughout the game's lifetime. I also know that he's been one of the main pushing forces behind this Teamplay Initiative, and I'm almost certain that it's not a coincidence we're seeing these changes on the CTE now, given the fact he recently released a video entitled "Is Battlefield a Lost Cause?", where he basically has a bit of a rant about most players' lack of enthusiasm for winning the game, lack of team play, and general bad-mannered attitudes among players. And that's actually a really good video, and it has some opinions worth hearing, so if you want to have a listen, I'll go ahead and link that down below. But even more so, I hope these changes will benefit the next Battlefield title. I mean, let's face it, Battlefield 4 is getting to the end of its lifetime. Most people have switched over to CSGO or other shooters, you know, they maybe revisit once in a while, but it's getting a bit stale and we've got Battlefront just around the corner. I sincerely hope the way they market the new Battlefield game will be more based on teamplay and the core of what Battlefield used to be. I feel there was far too much emphasis with Battlefield 4 on so-called battle feels. You know, like getting a cool kill or an awesome kill streak. I mean, just look at YouTube. Most of the Battlefield videos are on funny moments or awesome kills, like top 5 kills videos. But how often do you see like a tactical video with tips for playing your class or a particular vehicle better? How to help out your team, how to push an objective, or even just a clip or game somebody played where they had some nice teamwork going on and won the game with style. You'd never see that stuff. You know, sometimes I feel like Battlefield has just become like eye candy, or a little sandbox stunt simulator. Like, don't get me wrong, when somebody gets one of those 1 in a million kills, like where you JDAM the jet on your tail, then jump out and Renderzook the scout helicopter, like that's cool and all, and it looks badass. But I feel like when DICE pushed those moments at the game's release, it was a double-edged sword, and it helped shape and mold the player base into what it is today, which is less than stellar. Right, anyway, that's about all I have to say on the matter. Sorry if that turned a bit ranty. However, it is nice to see these changes in the game, and I hope DICE continues looking into these issues, especially for the sake of their next Battlefield game. With that said, I thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.